Next up we have Angelle Tatum. She's a branding strategist and visibility coach. She assists brands and businesses with bringing their business to life. She's a single mom, author, public speaker, and humanitarian. She caters to the Black female community and aspires to empower. Let's welcome Angelle.
Hey guys, how are you? I hope everybody's enjoying being here. I'm happy to be here around so many Black female women who love beauty and branding and business. I love it. So, like she said, I am a brand strategist. So I help brands build their businesses by giving them branding tactics and business ideas on how to grow their brand. I'm originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but right now I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So I've been in Atlanta for 6 months, and I'm gonna just tell y'all a little bit about me. When I moved to Atlanta, I literally had $0 to my name. I was scraping up change to get money from McDonald's off the dollar menu. It was just a jump for me. But I knew I had to make a better life for me and my son. So I made the decision to up and move and start my business. And through the grace of God and just having faith, I built my business, and I was able to quit my job at a car dealership 3 weeks ago. So I'm very grateful for that. And it took my manager telling me I couldn't come to this event to speak to quit. So yeah. So I just did it. I was like, I'm not putting that before my business. And ever since I quit 3 weeks ago, I've had so many opportunities be placed in my way. So I'm very grateful. So 3 things that I want to cover today that I feel are typically looked over whenever you have a business are confidence, consistency, and commitment. So confidence, you have to have confidence in yourself and your brand. Whatever you have to offer, whether it be a product or a service, you have to understand the value of it, and you have to really believe in it. So if you don't believe in it, how are you going to get someone else to believe in it? So like I said, I did work at a car dealership for 6 months. I was the only female there. So that was kind of a challenge for me, but my first month I sold 17 cars, the next month I sold 20, and so on. So what made me a great salesperson was believing in my brand. So the company that I worked for, I genuinely believed in the product. So I was able to tell someone else about it and get them to believe in the product. I don't know if a lot of you know Brent Cardone, but he's one of the top salespeople in America. He's a sales guru. And he once said, whenever value exceeds price, people buy. So whenever you have a business, you have to believe in the value, and whenever someone tries to tell you, well, what's the best you can do on this price, if you believe in your product, there's no negotiation. So you need to stand behind your price and don't lower it. Because once you lower the price, the next thing they're gonna say is, oh, I have to sleep on it. Oh, I'm not an impulse decision maker. And once you lower the price, 1 month later they wanna come back and say, oh, can I still get it for that price? No. So a lot of times when I was selling cars, a lot of times I wanted to just ask them, whenever you have groceries and you put it on the belt at the grocery store, do you ask them, can I negotiate this price? What's the best you can do on this milk? What's the best you can do on this bread? No, you get it for the price that it's set at. So when you have a business, stand behind your price. The next thing is consistency. You have to be consistent in your business. And when I say consistent, I mean constantly posting on these free avenues that we have to grow our business. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We have all these free avenues to grow our business, so why not use it? Why not take advantage of it? Consistency goes beyond posting though. Consistency means whenever you have a logo or a website, the theme of your Instagram and your social media, make sure everything aligns. When someone sees it, they want to know that it's your brand, so make sure everything aligns. So your logo, say if you spend $200 on your logo and you spend $400 on your website. Your logo is bomb, but your website sucks. Make sure that the quality of everything in your business is up to par. This is something long term. You want longevity success, so make sure you're consistent with everything in your business. The next thing is commitment, and that goes back to your purpose. So there's been so many times where I did things in my life to just make money. I felt like, okay, this is a good industry to make money, so let me just do it. But if it's not your purpose, if it's not your passion, if it doesn't ignite you, then you're not gonna wake up, you're not gonna really wanna do it. Yeah, you're making money, but the momentum will leave eventually. So you need to be sure that it's your purpose. Be committed to your brand, day in and day out. And the time when I realized that I wanted to be a branding coach, I went to North Carolina. My brand introduced me to this guy who had a business called Melanin Money. And at first I was just going on because I love fashion, thought I wanted to be a stylist, and he wanted me to help his fashion brand. And when I went there, we talked about business ideas, and he was like, this is great, like I'm up all hours of the night till 3, not getting paid for this, but I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do this, like giving him business ideas up till 3 o'clock, no charge. But that's when I realized I really love doing this. Like I genuinely love planning out events, planning out ideas, planning out logos, websites for people. I did 2 of my friends' businesses that are very successful before I ever met this guy. So when I thought about these 3 people and these 3 businesses that I've helped, I was like, this is my passion, like this is my purpose. So I turned it into a business. And one other thing that I want you guys to know, you can't turn every passion into a business. Sometimes that's just for you, that's just personal. Every passion isn't meant to be turned into a business. And you can't be the jack of all trades and master of none. So perfect your craft in that one thing, in your purpose, and be committed to it. And for the businesses that are looking to hire employees, or you currently have employees, you have to be sure that your employees are just as passionate about your business as you are, because that's a representation of you. So there's so many businesses in the United States that when you go in, you know that you're not gonna get good customer service. But like, for example, Walmart, like if you go into Walmart, you're not even looking for the customer service. Like you just know you need to go in there and get grocery real quick and come out. But if you go to Chick-fil-A, you know you're always gonna get my pleasure everywhere you go, no matter where you are in the United States. And I don't even like Chick-fil-A too much, but I would go there and spend my money because I know that I'm gonna get that good customer service rather than going to a restaurant where you never know like if you're gonna get the same service that you got last time. So you have to have employees that are committed to your brand, committed to your business, and just as passionate as you are for your brand to really thrive. So confidence, consistency, and commitment. Make sure you have these 3 things before you worry about how much income is going to come in or your customers, because without this, your business is nothing. Being a president, founder, CEO sounds great, but you have to have these 3 things to back you up. So that's all I got. You guys can follow me on Instagram, the brand Taylor Co. And Taylor is spelled T-A-I-L-O-R. So the brand Taylor Co. Thank you guys.
What's up? This is Tryler with Dominant Roller TV. Right now we're at the Beauty, Business, and Branding event, and I'm sitting here with Miss Angelle. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So you're like a brand ambassador, right? I would say, I don't know the proper term. Like, what would be the proper
so I'm a
term?
branding coach,
okay.
A branding strategist, and a visibility coach. So I help brands and businesses by giving them creative ideas or business tactics on how to grow their business.
Okay, so like what are some ways that you go about doing that? Do they set up like a consultation or something?
Yep, so we do a consultation first, and then a questionnaire so I can understand them and their brand.
Okay.
And then after that, we set up a branding audit. So that's a 1 to 2 page analysis that I provide to them on what they should do differently for their brand. And that could be looking at their social media or their websites.
Oh wow, it sounds like your line of work is very tedious.
Yeah, it is.
So how often are you looking at a screen?
All day.
Right.
All day.
I can only imagine, like, for real. So like what are some of the things that you do, like as far as like when you're talking to different people and coaching them?
So coaching them based off of like their social media themes. I give them tips on like how their website could be better. I help with websites, like actually creating the website, creating their logos, or giving them content direction. Like if I can't do something, I get them a photographer, or I get them a videographer. So I have people on my team that if I can't do something, then I have my team to back me up. So
you do a little bit
of everything. It's like a one-stop shop.
Okay, so you do the graphics, the videos, everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you ever get tired?
I do.
That sounds like a lot of work to do.
It is, but like I said, I do have a very supportive team.
Okay.
So if I can't do it all, I have other people on my team that can do it as well.
That's great.
Yep.
So like if people want to get in touch with you, they need help with promoting their self or their brand, like how would they do that?
Through social media or email.
What is your social media?
So my Instagram is the brand Taylor Co.
Okay. The Brand Taylor Co.
And then the email is the same, thebrandtaylorco@gmail.com.
Okay, so I know you have a website, right? Because you do websites.
I do.
Okay, so
and
what is your website?
thebrandtaylorco.com.
Okay, so look, if y'all looking for a branding coach or someone to really like show you the way, make sure you contact Miss Angelle at her email or her Instagram. Is there anything else you want to say about things that you have going on?
Well, I have a Soul Ties movement. It's an empowerment movement for women, and it's basically just like geared towards women who have been through a lot in their life. I know I've been through a lot in my life personally, and sometimes whenever we move on in business relationships or intimate relationships, like we still are holding on to things from our past, but we don't realize it until you get in that predicament. So that's what Soul Ties is.
Okay, so how did you get into that part?
Because I've been through a lot in my life, and just getting in another relationship, I realized that I was still holding on to my past relationship and its issues, and it took that person to tell me, like, what's wrong, like, and I had to realize, wow, like, I'm still holding on to that. Wow. So that's where that Soul Ties movement came from, because that's a soul tie that was still there. Wow.
So like, when did you decide to turn it into like a business aspect?
About a year ago, because I was losing someone who I really cared about.
Yeah.
Someone who really cared about me, because I was still holding on to my past.
Okay.
So it was something that I had to like turn the mirror around on myself and realize, like, you need to fix this. So I knew that a lot of other women and people in general, like, we all hold on to things from our past, but sometimes we don't realize it. Like, you're over it, you're saying like, oh, I'm done with that person, I'm done with that situation, but it's still inside of you. Right. Like, pieces of it is still inside of you. So I created that so it could be like a sisterhood where we can all talk and get it out as sisters. So.
Okay, you ever thought about doing it as a sister brotherhood? Because I know it's
like I said,
do
it
the
is.
same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This ain't about them. It's about the ladies. So okay, so like in those type, you have like meetings with. Okay, so like, is it broadcast? Is it like a podcast? Do y'all televise it or?
No, not yet. Not
like
yet. I've really been focused
sitting.
on I've really been focused on the brand, my brand coaching business right now. So the Soul Ties, I plan on doing other things with it, like putting events together and stuff. But right now, it's just like meetings.
All right, cool beans. Look, before we leave, you mind telling them who to stay locked in with?
Stay locked in with Dominant Roller TV.